Hey, so we're hearing it said over and over, right? The market is oversaturated, the market is cutthroat, and it's really hard to stand out in a sea of sameness. And we're about to talk through their 4 secret strategies to really unlock opportunities inside your business. So it starts with discussing 4 different areas that you can pivot in your business, is really what it is.
Mhm.
So these next 4 things we're going to discuss are actually a little bit more diagnostic.
Okay.
So it isn't going to be the actual solution. It's going to help you identify where you can begin to pivot.
Okay.
So eliminate which factors in your industry can be eliminated altogether. So
Interesting.
what Yellowtail eliminated was the need for like high education around wine and high prices.
Yes.
But think about that. So okay, being super vulnerable here. We didn't even talk about this. Here we are, just literally having a drink. How could we take a, jewelry business? Okay.
Okay.
How could we take a jewelry business who's working to try to stand out? How could we take you through something that you could eliminate that is cutthroat in the jewelry business? Yeah.
So for me, it would be stones, the different stones that you're using in your jewelry. I have a lot of jewelry on our line that requires lapis lazuli or tiger eye or turquoise. You could really just take a look at who your customer is and what they're looking at, what they personally want, and then just really your why at the same time, and just say, okay, do you need high grade stones, or is it okay if you go with a lower grade stone but achieve the design that you're looking for?
Sure.
Right, so you can cut costs that way if that's what you really, if
To make it more affordable.
affordable, if
So beautiful jewelry, but more affordable.
exactly.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. Another thing you can do is the platform you're marketing on. Not everyone needs to be on Amazon, even though Amazon is this huge conglomerate.
Mhm.
I've come across a lot of people who don't even sell on Amazon. They focus more on Etsy because they like the handmade appeal. So that could be something
I
else
like
too.
that.
Is
Okay.
what platform do you want to sell on?
Okay.
Right?
I like that. So again, this it doesn't mean that it's necessarily the solution. They're
Yeah.
just asking you to diagnose these possible
Yep.
opportunities.
The
So
things that could be eliminated.
correct.
Yeah.
Then so eliminate is one, reduce. So
Ah,
it says
yeah.
which factors could be reduced below industry standard. I wonder if at least what you were saying there might be some gray area between eliminate and reduce, because we are talking about reducing pricing
Yeah.
and getting certain stones which could be more expensive.
Oh, so that
Yeah.
would be reduction. So if we were
Yeah.
to go back to elimination, you could talk about, eliminating the packaging that they absolutely needed. That
Sure.
you're seeing an industry standard, which is it needs to be in a blank jewelry box,
Sure.
right?
With a certain like thing that it's mounted on and
Or
taped on the back that you
yeah.
can't ever get that tape off of.
But I'll tell you right now, one of our competitors is Navica Jewelry. They don't even ship in boxes; they ship in pouches.
I was gonna
So
say I love when I take certain jewelry pieces off and I can put it back in the little pouch they shipped it to me in. Like it's cute,
yeah, it's
right?
cute and it actually serves a functional
It
purpose.
does.
You see?
Okay.
So that's elimination. When you're talking about reduction, yeah, you can reduce on price if you needed to. You could reduce on I don't know, advertising costs because you've eliminated a platform that you're selling on or
Sure.
something like that.
That
Yeah.
makes sense.
Hmm.
Okay. So now is where we get to kind of switch gears. Those are things that maybe you could cut out or cut back on. Number 3 would be create, which factors should be created that the industry doesn't offer.
Yeah.
So,
Mm.
Yellowtail was making something that was just very simple. They took out the guesswork and they gave you 2 options. And then I think they eventually grew to, 4, something like that. But they just made it very simple to go in and grab based on flavor profile. And that was it. So they basically created a whole new way to shop for wine,
Yeah.
and it worked. So what could a business in like jewelry?
Oh, create something new. Well, I just recently started making YouTube videos about how to make the jewelry that I'm currently selling on various platforms. So, something you could create is a step by step tutorial included
offer.
included what you offer, or even this is literally just
Yes,
coming
I
to
know
my
we are.
head.
This is legit.
So you're watching this. I could even for everyone who purchases a finished product, they get the kit and instructions included with it as a
to do their own DIY.
to do, and even if they're not crafty, they know someone who would
Could be a
appreciate
nice
it.
gift.
Yeah,
Sure.
and then give it away as a gift.
Well, I also think about, you were saying something about clasps that you don't have to fumble with on the last episode. But
Yeah.
something that is much easier to put on.
Yeah.
You know, I think about there was a trend with the magnetic clasps for a
Yes,
while. I did
yeah.
love me some of those.
Yeah.
But because I'm so like expressive with my hands, sometimes
It'll
they
fly
go
right off.
flying and knock
Yeah.
somebody out across the room.
Yeah.
I do like when jewelry's made with a little stretch factor in it, so it doesn't even need a clasp at all.
Yes, and we have some of those too. So, but yeah, it's just this right here is going to get the creative juices flowing, which is why it's
Yes.
called Create.
Create.
So,
Mhm.
I mean, it's one of those things where I don't know if you'll be able to come with it right away. It might take you meditating or sitting down for a little while and just looking at the birds to kind of figure out.
I think, in Pumpkin Plan, he had a really great idea to talk to some of your very best customers
Oh, yeah.
and see what it is that they would want from your industry in general.
Yeah.
So it's not about, what does my business need to do for you? Because then that can make people feel very awkward. Like, I don't want you to feel like you're not successful in your. So what do you wish my industry did for you in general?
Yeah.
And that could give you some great ideas for creation.
Yeah, that's true. I think one of the things that most fashion accessories, jewelry, they come across either jewelry repair or alterations.
Yep.
If it's too large,
Too
if
big,
it's too
too
small,
small.
something like that. If it offered that
Customized almost.
almost customized,
Yeah.
yeah. And there's been a few people who've targeted that,
Sure.
depending on what they do. But something like that could possibly be it. I'm just throwing things
throw
off
ideas out there.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And then the fourth is raise. So which factors could be raised above industry standards?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's where a lot of businesses tend to focus all of their energy, but they don't take into account the other three.
Yeah.
So they're just land up in their mind pouring more money because
Mhm.
they think that that's the right solution. But like, okay, we're doing you as an immediate case study here. What's something you feel like could be done that raised that the industry may not necessarily be doing, but or whatever their standard is, you
Mhm.
could improve on it?
So I think that's going to be a little twofold. In episode previous, we talked about whether you are targeting emotionally or targeting a functional use for your product. I think you could raise the value of a product if you go and target the other way. So in this
If it's
case,
emotional,
if it's an emotional product, which jewelry is, if I were to target a functional purpose, a practical purpose for this jewelry, I think by default it would raise the value of the product itself, or it would actually hit the customer in a different fashion, a different targeted group as well.
I just had an idea. So I think about, why do some of us parents want our kids to have a phone even when they're young? I mean, we think about the ability to track and see where they're at when they're not with us. Could you imagine a super cute little bracelet or necklace
with an Apple and Air tag on it? Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Or like keychain you link to their book bag, something like that. Yeah.
Absolutely. So to recap those 4 really secret strategies so that you can unlock potential would be to first see what you could eliminate, right? Cut some things out that you don't need, that your energy and your money can go into elsewhere. Reduce. What can you reduce? Help save cost on. What can you create?
Yeah.
What could be something new that the industry isn't even doing yet? And then raise. What is the industry doing, but you could totally improve on?
As you're looking at the 6 or 7 different value points your business ranks on according to your competitors, okay? At one point, when you're diagnosing where you think you can raise or lower raise or lower your value point, that's really going to tell you where you want to focus your strategies on.
Yes, absolutely.
Right?
And it's okay to go after quality. It totally is.
It is. So
you just have a different market you're going after, and you'll have other things you'll need to do to add value.
Yeah.
Because when you go after like high ticket items that just as cutthroat, but in a whole different way.
Well, yeah. And so, like I said, I have a couple of competitors that are selling a very similar jewelry as I am. If I wanted to target material, let's just say material is something that's not very important to me or my customer, I might stop making it here in the US and go ahead and decide to get it exported. Will that hurt some of the customers I'm currently with? Possibly. But if I'm okay with that and I want to reallocate my resources and my focus to another value point, say price, advertising, or
Availability.
availability, yeah,
Mhm.
just whatever the value point I have decided my industry is really targeting, then I can reallocate that particular resource and focus into another value point.
Makes sense.
And so
Mhm.
there is a visual that this book has that really helps articulate exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah. No, but you did a great job describing it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Awesome. So, some good tidbits there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Yellowtail. This has been fun.
Yellowtail.
But guys, thank you for joining us on this one. Like and subscribe. We'd love to have you be part of our community. We've got our Facebook community right now. It's on Facebook for our business growth community. Like and subscribe. You'll see when we get new episodes coming out. And yeah, see what you can do to get yourself out of a red ocean and into a blue ocean where you're existing outside of all this cutthroat sea of sameness.
Yes.
Cheers. This
Cheers,
was
my
fun,
friend.
Good conversation.